So today, I'm going to revisit this Meshroom S. I reviewed this more than a year ago and I even awarded this as my favorite in terms of performance and compatibility. However, I was really young back then in terms of video delivery, so forgive me on my mishaps on that. But today again, I revisited this case in terms of performance. So like my cases from the past 6 months, I have the Ryzen 7 7800X3D, the LT520 cooler, the Asus B650E-i motherboard, the G.Skill RAM, and the Gigabyte 4070 Ti Super. So I guess let's dive to the temps first. So as for Cinebench R23, the CPU temps averaged at 88.08 degrees Celsius in exhaust mode, and with intake mode without top fan, it averaged at 86.91 degrees Celsius, which is around 1.2 degrees Celsius cooler. If there's a top fan, it averaged at 86.39 degrees Celsius, which is just around 0.5 degrees Celsius difference. Very negligible in my opinion. With Cinebench R24, in exhaust mode, it averaged at 83.72 degrees Celsius, and in intake mode without top fan, it averaged at 82.72 degrees Celsius. Just 1 degree Celsius difference. And in intake mode with exhaust fan, it's at 82.52 degrees Celsius, which is just 0.2 degrees Celsius difference. With FF15 in 4K, the CPU temps in AIO exhaust mode averaged at 68.28 degrees Celsius, and at intake mode without top fan, it averaged at 63.92 degrees Celsius. This is a very big difference, 4.36 degrees Celsius cooler. Adding a top fan to the AIO intake mode just yielded around 0.2 degrees Celsius difference. Very negligible in my opinion. As for the GPU temps, this is where it gets worse. Again, starting with exhaust mode, it averaged at 66.25 degrees Celsius, and an intake mode, it is a bit worse at 68.46 degrees Celsius. This is 2.21 degrees Celsius hotter. If you have an exhaust fan, it is just 0.3 degrees Celsius cooler. So very negligible in my opinion. So as for the temps, contrary to my usual stance where I prefer the GPU cooling over the CPU cooling, in this case, I would prefer the intake mode, which is this case, is the intake mode. Can be seen there. It is that measurable. So as for this exhaust fan at the top, you don't actually need this. It provided negligible cooling, just 0.3 degrees Celsius, very negligible. And also if you remove this fan, you could maximize this GPU height even further. So that's around 15 millimeters in height. So that's around 15 millimeters in length for the GPU. If you're wondering why I got such bad temps for AIO in the exhaust config, I think this is the primary reason. So this cable mess here, I don't really know where to hide these cables, and it will definitely hurt performance. And if you really want better GPU temps, I suggest to use an air cooler, and instead of having a radiator, make this as exhaust fans. Of course, that will make your CPU cooler a bit worse, but at least your GPU temps will be better. So additionally, if you are using a taller GPU, right, be careful of this 12 VH power here. So I bended it quite a bit and routed it here. So this is very stiff in my opinion as compared to the normal 8-pin connectors. This is very stiff. Overall, I would still recommend this case since it still has good compatibility in 2024. The CPU temps are again astounding, although mediocre GPU temps. Still very versatile in my opinion. So if you're wondering why I reviewed this again, it is actually because of this. So this is the CH170 digital from DeepCool, a contender for the CH160, a vertical CH160. In terms of GPU temps, usually the vertical orientation is better. I revisited the Meshroom S to see how this will perform against that one. So anyway, this was a short video. Again, this is just a revisit. There's no build components involved. Thanks for watching. Do like or dislike and subscribe for more unboxing, SFF builds, and benchmarks. Bye!